Wow, the robins are back again. They're so big. I really need to fill up the water again. I need to fill up the water so they can play in it. They really like to play in the water. So that's today I had my room caulked. My handyman connected with me. Look at that, those big sacks of orange. I was going to contact a beer company and maybe they'd want to put those in the beer. Quince. It's an unusual fruit, right? I have a quince tree. I love my forest back here. Love my forest back here. So I'm so happy I could sit in this room now and it's been caulked. I have my treatment table and we're going to do a meditation. I'm going to do a meditation, okay? Yeah, I really haven't spent much time in this room. I mean, I love being in this room. But I just wanted it to be finished, they had to finish caulking it. So get a crystal. We're going to do a little meditation. This one is a nice crystal because it has gold inside of it. See the gold lines? I guess people that bought silver and gold right now have made some money. So maybe it's a good idea to get a little gold and silver. I don't know. You could do all this stuff. Put away water, put away food. It could get all washed away or blown away. It's like, but I mean, at one level, I think we should prepare, but, we could become so obsessive with all the stuff we need to do or need to eat or need to go or, I don't know, you get on this like merry-go-round, right? You just get on this endless merry-go-round. I'm so glad I could sit in this room. I hope we don't get disconnected. Because then I can sit up straight for meditation. I want to have this hanging from the ceiling because it's solar. And then it collects the rays. Or I guess I could just put it outside too. God, I think there's a lot of spider webs in there. Well, I finally got to sit in here and clean this place, And my handyman, he did do some caulking. So I'm happy about that. Maybe I'll go outside for a little while. We're definitely doing a meditation, so get your favorite crystal, get your favorite rock. Could be just a rock, I have so many rocks. I was coming back from the Bahamas. It was so funny. I think I was like 18 and a half or 19 years old. We took a trip to the Bahamas right from my college. That was an amazing trip. Really amazing trip. And the guy asked me, what do you have in your suitcase? He rocks? And I go, yeah. And I literally did have rocks in my suitcase. Lots of rocks. So different shapes and sizes. I'll show you two of my favorite rocks. Remember, get your crystal because we're going to do a meditation. Yeah, I like this one. This one's a good crystal if you could find one of these. It's a quartz. But it has like gold inside. I forget the name of it. And it channels these frequencies. So yeah, we're still, even people say, oh, the 999 portal's closing. It's not closing. It's totally open, baby. Totally open. It was just opened yesterday. It's not closing. We're going to be in this for a while. I don't know why they say it's closing. There's no portal closing. It's open, okay? Totally open. Let me show you some of these other rocks, and we're going to start our meditation. I love this one because it reminds me of a dolphin's head. Isn't that tripped out? I love it. Like an animal of the sea. And then this one's pretty too. The egg-like one. I bet next time I'll turn it around so you can see the other side of it. That's a great rock too. And then of course you have to bring in your crystal. Get something special here. We're going to meditate, okay? Because we're between... Remember what I always said about this time, right? I said this is the magic time. This is the time to create magic, all right? Good, healing, truthful magic, not evil, dark shit. There's enough of that in the world, right? But we're going to step on it. And how do we step on it, man? We could invest in a bottle of St. Michael oil. So supposedly the Archangel Michael, the one of protection, he put his foot down somewhere in France, and they have like an impression in the concrete of his foot. Okay, so this is like a relic. So then they take the oil and then they put it, on his footprint, and then you could put the oil all over your body. In fact, I have a bottle of this for one of the mom teachers at school. I'm going to give her a bottle of this because they just lost a family member. So you could put this oil all over your body. And you could say the prayer, Saint Michael the Archangel, defend us in battle. Be our protection against the wickedness and snares of the devil. We humbly pray. So, yeah, that's what I like to do with it. I like to rub it on my body. I think we should be using holy oils right now. There's so many churches with relics in them. That's what I find tripped out about the churches. I don't care if they're Buddhist or Christian or whatever. Catholic, they're all the same to me. They all have healing relics in them. And we should take the special aspects of every religion. Because I'll tell you, my church is my garden. My nature here, I kind of like to get a statue of the Blessed Virgin Mary and put her under my cherry tree. Maybe she'd get me some cherries in the cherry bush. It's supposed to be an edible cherry bush. It seems like a kind of a mini tree. But I swear I've never had any cherries on it. See that big fluffy bush right there? That critter? So, yeah, but this is my church. This is where I go to church. I should probably have some type of happening out here where we meditate. I think maybe I'll call a meditation in my neighborhood. All right, so I got my oils on me, my St. Michael. You can order these online. Just look for healing oils. And the newest one I got, I'll show you next time, it's by St. Raphael the Archangel. And St. Raphael the Archangel, Michael is the protector, right? And then Raphael is, I didn't know this was going to turn into a satsang on angels. But this is what's in my life right now. These wonderful oils, you could put them in your hair. They're like amazing. They're for divine protection. And it makes your aura stronger so that you could help elevate other people's aura. It's not always just about us, right? All right, so let's do a meditation because I only have so much time on this phone. I think it's down to the 30-something now. All right, so this meditation, guys, is going to get us through, right? It's going to get us through these next few weeks. And, I'll do another one too. So, but right now, you want to get your crystal. Probably wind up doing clearing first. So if you want to run to the bathroom. Oh, I have to get a better seating position. Gotta go see my acupuncturist on Saturday. Yeah, it's really strange with these camera angles, It's like some of them make your body look bigger. Some of them make your head look bigger. Strange, right? All right, forget that. All right, so get your crystal. Let's just do some blowing out. Yeah, there was a little tussle between one of my other birds. I don't know what this bird truly is. Could be a finch. No, I don't think it's a finch. I need to bring my binoculars back here. They're cute, though. They eat a lot of the little seeds in the grass, But then the robin came over and kind of bumped them away. So strange. Kind of a bully, right? A lot of stuff about bullies and people destroying their children is coming out in the news. It's sad. So I always say, let's have this meditation for all the geographic changes that we're all going through, right, on some kind of level. It could be because this is like the 999, this time is for like letting go of stuff we don't need, XX baggage. So don't just say, oh, the portal's closed. No, it's not closed. I mean, it will probably shrink down by the 21st of September, but I don't even know if that's true anymore. Because then we start the partial solar eclipse, so that's a different kind of eclipse. So it'll bring in different energies. So I would say between now and the 21st of September, my intuition is telling me that this is a good time to let go and clean out and make your home as a sanctuary. Make it a sacred space. Whatever you didn't want. Like for example, today, my handyman, he really needed to use a lot of paper towels because he was grouting, right? It's such a messy job. I'm so glad I paid somebody to do it. I would not want to do it. To grout it, and you have to clean all that stuff off your hands. I kept telling him, you should put gloves on. It's got chemicals. He goes, this is supposed to be safe. I go, okay, but, I'd still wear gloves. So next time I think I'm going to buy him a pair of gloves. But then, I had this towel, so he needed an extra towel, right? Because the paper towels were not doing enough. So then, oh my God, this bird's looking at me. Then I went in the kitchen and I went in my drawers where I have some towels, right? And some are kind of getting old, right? I've had them for 10 years. And they're getting holes and they're getting, like, they don't come clean like they should, right? So I said, okay, let's let go. I know my daughter-in-law got me this beautiful towel from France, right? It had a map of France. But it got grody after a while. It got oily and stuff. So I thought, I just sacrifice it. Just let it go. I'll get another towel from France someday. I'm not going to worry about it. So yeah, he used it and then we let it go. And I think that's what we have to think in our lives right now. We want to put things in order. We want to, like, he was so sweet. He took that's why I always give him a tip too. I love him. I said, you're my third son. He took I had a printer that I needed to let go of. And I asked people and nobody wanted it. So we just gave it to Goodwill. And it's a good printer. It still has ink in it. So I know somebody will need it and they'll go over there and they'll find it and it'll have a new home. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start, putting things in new spaces. So let's start a meditation. Let me do a clearing first. Wow, a lot of lower chakra, a lot of emotions coming out. So yeah, just visualize them going through the bottom of your feet and into the sand and into the water. And let our waters be purified. Let's put the waters in our prayers too today. Let the waters be purified. Because there's a lot going on now with the UFOs. God, I have a big enough space for one to come down and land in. It's good to tap your heels on the floor a little bit. Okay, not like smash them. Like, I mean, if you're having problems with some type of injury in your heel, then I wouldn't recommend it. Or if you have screws or a plate or something like that. But the message is coming through right now, and I think this is from Ashtar, okay? To tap the bottom of your heels. Like, I have a porcelain floor. So, I mean, it feels like really good to tap them into this floor. Because it's kind of cooling. And again, it's made out of like a form of kind of, I guess, stone. Right? And that is supposed to shake free some of that stuff we don't need right now on a physical level. Because, when you go through this eclipse, and this was a full moon lunar eclipse. We're still feeling it. A lot of emotions. I couldn't even get off the couch. When was that? Monday? Monday or yesterday, I could not get off the couch. I was like in this cocoon. And I was just praying and meditating. There's so many changes. There's so many earthquakes. And I'm so sensitive to the earth changes. This is why I need to live where I live. I just couldn't think of living anywhere else right now. It's so pretty the way the sun is hitting, right? The fruit. So yeah, so in this in this eclipse, right, the full moon lunar eclipse, that's like a mirror shining in our face, okay? So, what have you been effing doing, right? Are you on the right path, right? Are you ready to let go of things you don't need let go of? And we're not just talking on a physical level. We want to let go of the pain too and stay in the company of saints. Isn't that what God said? Stay in the company of saints. Why do we stay in the company of saints? Saintly people, good people. All people that are good to me are saints. Those are saints, the good people, the people that want to create love in the world, right? And kindness and freshness and gentleness and peacefulness. Where have those qualities gone? We have to really manifest those qualities right now. So we want to come into that emotional center. We want to come into our emotional center. And then, we want to take care of our bodies. We want to have some time to fast. Like yesterday, I said, no, I'm not really hungry. I'm getting to the point where, if I eat one meal a day, that's pretty good. You might find in your body that it's normal not to have to eat a lot anymore. And you might say, oh my God, am I sick or what? Well, I don't know. You should be checked out if you feel like you're sick. You'll always listen to your intuition, right? But, I just think a part of us is now that our DNA is changing, right? Our DNA is changing now. We might not require so much physical food. Have you ever thought of that one? I bet you have. So, just trust your heart, trust your intuition. So I just want to be grateful today before we start meditation. I want to be grateful for the fact that I have people helping me in my life, even though my son complains about me being so far away. Like what, I'm an hour? Big deal, right? So I love my garden. This is my sacred place. I feel like I want to live and work and die here. This is where I want to be. Not to say that I don't want to travel. But I mean, once you find your sacred space, then you're happy, you're content, right? All right, so, and now we're talking about the physical. So we're cleansing on an emotional level. You might think of some anger or some jealousy you had, in the past. And this is the time to just let it go. Because that's the past now. We close that up, right? We close that up. Shut the door on that one. We're moving into a new portal. We're moving into a new dimension. And it's good. It's a good healing vibe on the planet. Not to say that we're not going to be without chaotic, tumultuous experiences, but we're here to help each other. So we really shouldn't feel like we're so alone. And then, I think people's tribes will connect. I think people that are meant to be together will be together. And they'll help each other out. So we need to learn about our natural environment. We need to learn how can we survive in our natural environment. Like I just learned that there's trees that are edible. Well, that's why I bought the edible cherry tree, but I don't know, it flowered, but didn't produce any cherries. So I think I have to fertilize it. But yeah, there's these plants that you can turn into an edible experience. All right, let's get on with the meditation. Because I know I promised you a meditation, and I really did try to do, I said I was going to try to do a meditation starting on the 9th, or starting on the 8th, and going all the way to the 21st. But I couldn't do it. I was like wrapped up in a cocoon and prayed for hours and hours and hours, and I did not know that was going to happen. I was called to do that, so I had to isolate myself and stay in my cocoon. I think it was a long time. It was like 6 hours or more. So sometimes that comes over me and I go into these deep meditations. So this is probably good that I retired right now so I can do my true meditative purpose and healing work in the world. All right, my loves. So I bless myself with the cross of Saint Raphael. And the Saint Raphael oil, you can get it online, but it's going to take 2 to 3 weeks to get it. Saint Raphael. And it has little pieces of rose petals in it. So I'll have to show that to you sometime. All right, so let's sit as straight as you can because I'm in my rocker today. I'm not usually used to doing a meditation in the rocker. So we'll see how this works out, right? All right. All right, so you might feel your body vibrating, because when you start shifting, you may start to vibrate. Might feel it in your toes, going up to your shoulders. I call that the angel wings. Oh, and we're going to get a little bit of a spiral in here. I didn't know if that was going to happen. But I really think that being in a swing is really good for your hips and your legs because it increases the circulation in the body, kind of like a trampoline. Let's breathe in and breathe out. And breathe in and breathe out. And breathe in and breathe out. So yeah, think of any type of purpose for our meditation today. I like to, channel it into the environmental issues that are going on right now. The cracks, the fires, the winds, the floods. And I like to also channel it into all the little children that are being abused and neglected and unalived. It's a sad time. It's a sad time that we have to witness children being tortured by their parents. I mean, that's satanic. So let's bring in the light right now. Let's bring in Raphael. He's on my forehead. Let's call on healings for ourselves and others. Come on, guys. Let's call on some miracles. Padre Pio, Saint Teresa, Mother Mary, Mother Magdalene. We're in the company of saints. We have to call on them. That's what they say. They say if you don't call on your angels are going to sit around reading a newspaper. So get them off their butts and let's get them going here. Have them inspire us. And as I'm sitting here doing this meditation with you, I'm really inspired to do something radical in my garden. So yeah, I guess some people think, my son probably thinks I'm stubborn because I'm pushing it to the limits. What are the limits? I mean, there really are no limits. But like as an expression, like it's so funny. I was on YouTube yesterday and I'm sorry, I got distracted by these birds. Oh, I was doing a test on metaphors. And I got like all the first ones right, and I thought I can't do this anymore. I mean, sometimes we like do little things like that, right? But I mean, when you say push it to the limits, when you're walking a divine pathway and are you getting into the flow here of what I'm looking at? Can you see this pathway going through my garden? Right? And you know how I'm going to do that? Cardboard. I'm going to have my handyman help me. You put down these cardboard. Look at this robin's looking right at me. Hi. Hi, little cutie. I know, I'm going to give you some water tomorrow. Okay, I know, I should go out and do it today. I need a break today. I'm doing a meditation and a healing. How about tomorrow? Just eat your little bugs. You got little bugs to eat, right? I don't know how intelligent like robins are, but I heard crows are like super intelligent. Like this lady, I want to get a reading by her online. There's a lot of good readers online. They're doing a lot of YouTube connections now, which is really good. I like to do a YouTube connection too. I like to do one with Joseph Tittle. You should watch his channel. He's really amazing. So yeah, so let's finish up because I think I'm going to be running out of time here. Okay, so let's finish up. Get your crystal. Yeah, I feel my energy is really good today. That's why I refuse to do healing or meditation. My energy is not just there. Because my body has to go through changes too with my DNA, and I'm blessed that I could be here and go into a meditation and a healing for 6 and 7 and 8 hours. So I'm grateful for that. All right, so let's finish up with the heart. So it's 9, 10, 25. So yeah, I guess you could say today's like a one day. You could start something new. Start something new. I feel so happy. I gave that printer to Goodwill, and then my handyman took it down there for me. See, these are the people we pray for too. All right, so pray for your friends. I mean, we're going to wrap it up right now. We're going to stay in our hearts. I'm going to just blow some of these golden rays over you. That's why it's nice to have a terminated crystal, right? Crystal with a point, because you can send with it. Hey, win the lottery. And then you could spread your love around, My thing would be to buy clean water for all the people that don't have clean water. And then I would recycle all the plastic in the volcanoes. Stay in your heart till we meet again.